this is where we get to see the actual physical personification of
Anxiety.
anxiety and. Well, oops.
Aye!
Never mind.
Oh, you're
You were
fine.
saying that?
I was just saying because I saw Doug posted in the server that yes, that is the exact summation of how people can feel about the comics sometimes. Like,
It's
you don't
just-
have to flash it up screen if you don't want to, James, but in Quarter Daily Funnies, that is the perfect summation of it.
Would you like me to narrate it, James, or would you like to put it up?
I might end up doing both if I feel like it, but so go ahead.
Oh, just the fact that, like, it'll be, like, as an example, it'll be IDW posting, here's a cool image of Sonic at the movies, and someone will be like, why is he going to the movies? That is so out of character for him. And it's just, what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry that the
Sorry if Sonic can't have his off time.
I'm sorry that the fictitious hedgehog, literally created to be an embodiment of all things hip and trendy with the kids at that generation, can't like things.
I'm sorry that Sonic can't have a fucking normal life after beating Eggman.
Look, it's so
Hey, listen, I just want to enjoy the Mario movie. I mean, Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, and Peace.
It's just that is 100% true, and also the fact that no, you really did kind of hit the head hit the nail on the head there, Doug, and that like God, like if some of the, in the sense of it's one of those things where, like, man, like if Sonic was real, this is a stupid way to start any sentence, but hear me out. If Sonic was real, and some of these fans like actually could like follow him and like see him at like conventions and stuff, I can't imagine he would be, particularly gelled to hang out with them if they're criticizing things like that.
Well, especially
Like,
if
I-
they're
like-
like how the fan base is in real life.
I mean, would anyone?
No, it's like oh god, I don't have a good example, but like, you know what I mean, like if it was something where like if it was like when fans fail to like, it was like, it was freaking, I think it started with Game of Thrones, but if it was either Game of Thrones or something else. You know what it is? I guess technically it also was a big thing with Last of Us 2, which, again, I don't care for the story of that game, but it was when people were getting upset at the voice actors and actresses as though they were the ones writing, or in some stupid cases, someone actually getting mad at my head.
Man, not even the spikes on my head would can.
Where's your metal helmet?
Yeah, this would actually be the perfect time to start keeping that thing on.
It's like it'll be like the it'll be like the Shelmets in Mario Maker.
Let's.
Oh wait, I was supposed to.
I really thought there was something secret down there too, James. Don't worry about that.
No, I thought that was just the way out. Like, cause I noticed I was literally close to a special ring, and I thought, oh wait, this is a secret area. I don't want to do this.
I think you gotta do the secret thing, or just duck underneath it.
Or just ignore it. I mean, look at it. It's blue.
We don't like blue things.
To freedom!
You want to know what else is blue? Oh shit.
I still
It's like-
love that stupid video. That like,
want to know what else is blue? I can't say because of the cord.
oh no, I still love that stupid like. You're the nicest guy I've ever dated. You know.
You know who else?
It just cuts off. You knew.
It's like, cause you know what he's gonna say after.
It's like
You know who else is the?
You know who else lost their parents?
I was about to reference that. Double damn it!
Oh, I was thinking. Oh yeah, from the freaking bed. I was still thinking back to the freaking. You know who else is pi equals 3? Well, yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I do.
It's my mom.
I love that one so much.
Oh my! I still love the freaking. The two things I love for sillier reasons. I love that this is where I watch my parents die parappa. This is where you watched your parents die. Oops. And I also and just because it's actually a pretty tasty lick. This is where I watched my parents die Lammy, and this guitar.
Oh, speaking of Parappa and Lammy, we're doing this right around the time the whole like I think we have to kill this guy damn thing, the Steven
Yeah.
Universe thing.
Oh, yeah.
I love the bit where it's like Lammy and Parappa. It's like I think we have to kill this guy, Parappa.
I think we have to kill this guy.
Kill this guy.
Kill this guy.
Kill this guy. I think we have to kill this guy. I can't do the whole thing. If they are doing a, I don't know where I'm going with this. A Parappa anime could be better if they just did more rapping.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm weird. I like that world. I like those characters. I like freaking PJ Bear or whatever his name was.
Yeah, it was PJ.
This is top speed of 263,400. I can't even drink without a smile on my face when I hear that voice.
It's like, she ate burgers all day, and eventually, did she die? No, she turned into one.
Oh, God, I forgot about
that
that.
one still gets me. That still gets me every once in a while. Like that fucking scene just lives rent free in my head, and I hate it.
You know, you're not expecting that.
Hey, hold up! What the fuck?
Whoa,
What?
what just happened?
What? Was there a kill plane on the side of the wall and you found it? And the winner was not you?
Fooled
The
you!
winner was not me, apparently. So yeah. Oops.
The winner is the stage itself.
I need to test this now. Is there a kill box here?
If not, I have one other theory. Which is that, is there like some weird wraparound thing where when you walked over here, if one of those projectiles... I don't know. That's also where this is annoying, and what can make this game frustrating is, like with any game, it's when a game like this expects perfection from you, but the game itself is not perfect. It's not perfect.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Or the perfectionism is not entirely. It's with something where the physics. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
It's inconsistent.
Exactly.
Yeah, like Cuphead's bosses.
Not
Or
all
the entirety of Crash
Cuphead
4.
bosses. The entirety of Crash 4. Crash 4 has some fun level design. I just think in two cases the levels go on for sometimes a little bit too long, and we don't talk about what Polar and the alien dog were like in the vanilla Crash 4.
Yeah.
Especially not the vanilla Crash 4.
That's one of the reasons I'm glad I waited for the Switch version, because that's the version that fixed those.
Yeah, sure was. Oh my lord.
I get the feeling this isn't how it's. I get the feeling this guy's confused.
Uh-oh. 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 The vine will save me.
Hi-ho! Vine!
Oh,
You did it!
Oh, wow. The vine saved me.
Taste nature, bitch.
Oh, no! I was defeated by the power of
Eat the power of the troll of New York.
Troll of New York.
Central Park. That was
Central.
Park. That was it.
I mean, I think may as well be the same thing.
I thought I was actually super nervous when you hit that thing and went flying off to the left. I thought you were gonna get launched into the hitbox accidentally.
Nah, anyway, what I was gonna say is, like, I was beaten by the power of botany!
Yay! Well, here you go, James.
The Golden Capital.
Yay.
Yep,
Yeah.
which means we're gonna have to do that shit again.
look at the Golden Capital, purely covered in bronze.
Actually, wait, no, correction. I'm gonna have to be the one to put up with that shit today. You guys already had your time.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to Act Knuckles though.
Yeah, Act Knuckles honestly isn't that much different, if I remember correctly.
Actually, random.
Because again, like,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say is like, because considering that, you know, whoa. At least, you know, Trip can, you know, cling on the walls. But what were you gonna say?
Hype's mentioning of this whole place being coated in bronze reminded me. I know the meme lately has been bringing up. Nice. I know the meme lately has been bringing up. Phew, of good to know this dragon can suck it in. I know we were bringing up. I know the meme lately.
Suck in that big fat gut.
Okay, bring
I
up
know
the
we-
meme
Of the meme of just the actual genuine appreciation that it's gotta be cramped inside this thing with a dragon.
Yeah.
The appreciation that
Well, I mean, when you get inside this thing, you disable your super form.
dang. But just the appreciation that Robert Pattinson actually took voice acting seriously, that
Yeah.
he understood the difference between it being, you know, acting on screen and, you know, you have the freedom to play any sort of character now because your visual appearance is not being, you know, scrutinized while you're acting, so you
Right.
can do any old like voice.
It's like, you know, that should just be a course for acting in general. It's like, say if you ever do get into the thing of voice acting at some point, just for the sake of I don't know,
Fun.
like just for the sake of try to pretend you're Santa Claus.
What do you mean you're a 4-year-old?
I don't know why Santa Claus laughs like that.
What the fuck?
What do you think Santa Claus sounds like? And well,
Don't-
try to voice it out.
Don't use my example. That was not a good Santa Claus. But anyway, we were talking basically the meme of like, you know, here's an actor who like actually, you know, did something fun with his voice and wasn't just sounding like himself. I actually just remembered, I believe, with the bronze thing, what was the name of that movie that Aardman did with the caveman? Like
Early
I
years?
know what you're talking about. I can't remember.
early,
I can't remember
early
the
man,
names.
early man, I think.
Yeah, early man.
I believe Tom Hiddleston, the actor who plays Loki, was in that, and he was this old like king ruler, and he all started like, the age of stone is over, now is the age of bronze, and it was like you could hear that he actually like hammed it up and like had fun with the voice, and it was like,
Well,
I
that's
remember that being.
That just seems to be a thing with Tom Hiddleston in general from what I've seen of him. Like, he has a lot of fun doing a lot of the roles he does.
I feel so bad.
Oops.
I feel so bad because I feel like I can't remember any of the roles he's done besides Loki and that.
Well, I know, I'm trying to think, because I know there's a lot of bigger ones he's done, but you're right, I have... This is gonna sound sad, but the only other role I can think of, by name at the very least, is when he voiced Captain Hook in one of the Tinkerbell movies.
Oh, no kidding! I didn't know he was that. I didn't know.
shit.
I always thought they would go for Corey Burton whenever they had the chance to.
Well, no, because, like, this is supposed to be, unless I'm mistaken, I think it's supposed to be, like, a younger Hook that they were using in that movie.
Oh, like they actually redesigned the model and everything?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Interesting.
I didn't know that.
Well, you know, I could totally see him pulling off a pretty impressive hook.
I'm gonna look that up now. I'm actually curious now. I'm looking this up, so I want to see what that looked and sounded like. But meanwhile, do you know him for anything else, Doug?
For what?
Tom
Yeah, he
Hiddleston. Do
does
you
look-
know him as anything else?
No, not really. As far as I remember, anyway.
Right.
Supposedly, he is listed as an actor that will be in Deadpool 3.
So what are they going to put Loki in that too?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Would.
I mean, yeah, I mean, honestly, that is, like, I'm gonna be really blunt with you guys. Even though I have not really seen either of the films yet, Deadpool 3 is like one of the few Marvel films that are coming out at this point in time that I have, like, any level of confidence in.
Yeah, no,
We still need to dedicate at least movie nights just to watch the first two movies, because I haven't even seen the second one yet.
The second one's pretty okay.
I thought it was solid, yeah. And but I will say, considering how the second one ends, I am very curious on what next year is going to bring with Deadpool 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we already know one big thing. It pulled Hugh Jackman out of Wolverine retirement.
Woo! And apparently very much appreciated because Hugh Jackman gets to finally wear the.
Hey, wait a minute. Where's the rings?
They're on the other side.
Oh.
Oh.
Because Hugh Jackman finally gets to wear the Wolverine suit he's been wanting to wear since the Fox years, but they never let him.
Yeah. And, I mean, that is
happy.
very appreciated.
For all his years of playing the role, it's like, how come they never gave him the chance to don the yellow suit?
Because they were trying to go for realism. Even
They
though
don't like
I don't even think he says bub one time.
No, he says Bob a few times. Like, honestly, because, you know, that's the thing about Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Like, not, like, discounting the fact that he doesn't wear the costume, he pretty much nailed everything else about the character.
Oh, it was for the longest time, like, why I say for the longest time, since now, that is still, he has been to that, what Robert Downey Jr. was to Iron Man, where, like, he just embodies Logan. He embodies me.
Like, he plays the character so good that I keep forgetting that he's Australian.
Yeah!
Oh. Hey! Again?
And the dude's got some pipes on him. Like, I was so jealous. A friend of mine last year, a friend of mine last year saw him on Broadway in Music Man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nice.
It was so cool. Anyway, so I'm looking up Tom Hiddleston. He was apparently in Kong Skull Island,
really?
That's right.
and I forgot who, but granted, that's because I've never seen Kong Skull Island.
Wasn't Jack Black in that, too?
No. You're thinking of
No.
the Peter Jackson King Kong movie.
Okay.
What else? There was Only Lovers Left Alive. Never seen that. Midnight. Okay, I need to look up ones that he starred in, not because apparently he was in War Horse, but as a side character. Yeah, a lot of people. I mean, IMDb is pretty much claiming that his claim to fame was Loki, which I don't blame him. That has been one of the most charismatic characters next to Robert Downey Jr. played in the MCU.
It actually made people remember the character even existed.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the character is fairly, like, as far as, like, comics concerned, he is fairly well known. It's just that Loki was just, like, one of those instances where they just casted him, like, perfectly no notes.
All right, let's see. So here he is. Yep, there he is in I'm checking IMDb. There he is in Early Man as his character Lord Nooth. 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 He was in Muppets Most Wanted as the Great Escapo.
I remember that because he was an escape artist trying to use that as a way to escape out of prison, but it didn't work.
Fair enough. He appeared in Robot Chicken as the narrator of a Dr. Seuss short in one of those episodes. Let's see. Midnight in Paris, what he said. Suburban Shootout, TV show. Apparently, he's in a TV show for quite a few episodes, fair enough. Armadillo Conspiracy, The Life and Adventures of Nicholas Nickleby.
Oops.
This has been a really weird episode, I realize. I've been going on a lot of tangents, but I'm just in a...
That's fine.
I mean, we've already been through all this beforehand. There's not much new we can talk about.
It's like, how do you, like, what more can you do after literally subjecting 3 people to do multiplayer all by themselves and let the other guy just wing it?
This is his detox day.
Exactly. Detox was probably the more infamous part of the whole game.
I did watch that footage back, Doug. You were very noble in the fight against the Egg Shogun / Egg Samurai / whatever we settled on calling it.
Listen, I was gonna try and take that fucker down with pride.
I know
And you did your
it's
best.
not it. Wow,
Oh my
that's
God.
close enough. Close enough. Get us out of here. Oh no,
Hold on.
Eggman's devious traps have worked, and he actually successfully trapped the dragon in a loop.
Wow.
Man, and to think I had to miss out on the whole thing.
He put down the efficient, coveted sea dragon circle.
Now, where was I?
Now, not an oval, but a circle. Anyway, oh, imagine if that killed you.
I would have been mad right now.
Because that is something to be wary of as well. But I don't think we mentioned yet is that note that when you're in Super Trip compared to any other super form, due to your frame, your hitbox is a bit bigger now.
Yep. Again, she's a freaking dragon. Of course she was gonna, have to sport a bigger hitbox, which would make it kind of awkward when you're dealing with areas with a lot of crushable objects or spikes.
I forget if I mentioned it, but your thoughts on having a dragon?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down with the idea.
We just
Yeah,
need better
keep-
levels.
Yeah, better level. Again, if they really wanted to go through with this so badly, they should have already had made the level design accommodate both everyone's abilities and hers. Again, kind of like what Sonic 3 and Knuckles did, or heck, even Mania did, where the levels were already designed to have areas were primarily made for Sonic and Tails, and then areas that were primarily made for Knuckles.
Right, and then even then later, they were able to... I forget if they edited them, but they were still perfectly comfortable being played with Mighty or Ray.
Yeah, I mean, granted, the primary thing with Mighty and Ray is that Ray can already fly, not unlike Tails, and then you got Mighty, who can still jump about as high as Sonic can. So none of the areas that there were platforms that were too high for him to reach that would be more of a problem for Knuckles.
Fair.
Just that's pretty much all this game. What this game should have just done is made it so that it was a little more. Whoops.
Whoops.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Oh, you know what? I learned something new today. Apparently, you don't even have to go to the fucking Chaos Emerald wheel just to activate Super Form. You can just press the square button to activate it.
Oh, I see. Well, I think it's because it's still selected on your. That's silly. I think it's because it's still selected on your.
That is very.
your,
You know what? Good
character
point.
wheel.
Very good point. That is a very, very good point. Man, I keep forgetting that technically that's how it all works, even though I've been doing it throughout the whole game.
I mean, it is. I mean, because you're used to it being being what you would normally activate with a quote unquote double jump.
It's one of those cases where I do more. I more do than think.
Yes. Muscle memory.
Wow!
Just
ahead,
follow
Mike.
just follow your heart, not your brain.
Yeah.
Follow your nose wherever it goes.
It always knows.
Continue, Hype.
I'll say one thing that I do kind of like about Super Trip here, and it's something that I actually like the idea of them doing. The fact that we actually have a super form that actually, gives you, like, a different physicality instead of just, like,
Yo! Speaking of the different physicality,
There you go.
But I was about to say, because,
Alright,
like,
we'll play it
up to this
safe.
point, whenever... But it's like, because up to this point, whenever we see super forms in Sonic, it's always like, oh, it's just, Sonic, but he's painted yellow. Or, oh, Knuckles, but he's just painted pink. Here, it's just like, oh, it's Drip, except she turns into a dragon. Like, I like the idea of, like, being more creative with how super forms look instead of it just being, like, a shiny recolor.
for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Cream turns into a Leviathan.
I'm sorry, what?
No, Cheese turns into a
Leviathan?
Leviathan.
Just the Leviathan, yeah.
The fuck?
It was either that or a different thing.
Well, no, like, my thing is that, like, Cream looks largely the same. It's Cheese that turns into the giant kaiju.
Oh,
I actually would love that if
Oh
Cheese,
my
if
God,
actually,
Logan,
because she's a
Hype, no.
Chow, like that would.
Hey, Logan, no. Freaking... If... Perfect cheese.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, since it is technically a Chow and thus a shard of chaos, if that actually like would be how it happened, and Cheese is now riding on the
Wait,
shoulders
didn't I just come through this way?
Yeah, you're supposed to go up, I think.
Damn it.
But just the fact of like Cheese riding on the shoulder of perfect chaos, but it's Cheese with like the ribbon around its neck and like
Hoist me up. I said hoist me up.
You can't do it on those
the platform.
God damn it, do I have to...
There are no roots.
It's always gonna be the fucking... bigger...
I.
I'm just gonna call Mulligan if that's alright with you guys.
That's fair. We got infinite lives to play with.
Yeah. And that's like... And you know what? That's the perfect excuse to, just do whatever you want with the level design, even if it's totally bullshit.
I still. Again, I am curious which came first, the infinite lives or the bullshit game design.
Yes.
Brought to you by, which is like, because yeah, I'm curious if it's like they had this and they realized, wow, this is freaking hard. We better like give them infinite lives, or if it was, all right, we're gonna give them infinite lives. Okay, well, I'm gonna do this then to be mean, like in spite of that.
I mean, it's still so weird, because I still think with the main campaign at the very least, there weren't too many, like, bullshit parts, and I mean, heck, the level design was more or less solid all throughout. It's just when you get to Trip's campaign where they actually do fiddle around with it just to be, quote-unquote, harder, and it just kind of throws the whole thing out of whack.
That is true. In hindsight, I do recall because I remember because we all. Oh, hang on. Where are you going, beautiful? It was
Shine brighter for me, baby.
because that's right because you did do the entire classic Sonic series for us like live and from our experience with that, like off the top of my head, Sonic 1 only got bullshit in the very finale in the very end when they expected you to do 2 bosses back to back with 0 rings.
That's Sonic 2.
That was
Sonic 1?
Was it
Yeah,
Sonic? Oh wait,
no, Sonic 2 was the one where you had to fight
Silver Sonic, and
then the Death Egg robot.
okay.
With no rings. Yeah.
I guess the fireball maybe. Yay!
It is a fireball.
And then, okay, then I guess in Sonic 1, I think it was... I want to say that, I mean, I know the final egg zone was annoying because you had a lot of death pits, and I believe also there was that lava section of Labyrinth. I don't know, man, I don't think it was that
Wait,
bad.
what?
I'm trying to think of, like,
Labyrinth Zone
inherent...
didn't have
Oh, my bad. I'm thinking of Marble Hill Zone, my bad.
Yeah, Marble Zone was the one with all the lava.
I'm thinking a lot of like what were some of the actual like BS moments of Sonic, and like I remember that in Sonic CD in Sonic CD there was some BS only in the final stage because that was the only stage that actually had instant death pits.
Yep.
Right. Like if I could list all the all the BS stuff off the top of my head with the classic series, like the only ones that ring true to me is with
The original Mantis.
Yeah, no,
Slicer.
Metropolis Zone Act 2. Or just Metropolis Zone in general. Like, just how, absolutely asinine all of its enemy placement was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
And not help that whole zone was 3 acts long in a game that's mostly stuck with 2 acts per zone.
There's also Sandopolis in Sonic 3, mostly just because it was one of the longer zones in the game.
I wouldn't even call that bullshit. I just call it, like you said, it's just long. Actually, as far as Sonic 3 and Knuckles is concerned, the only real bullshit thing I can think of off the top of my head is the infamous oil, like the infamous drum that you have to go up and down in Carnival Night. But other than that, nothing else is really coming to mind. I mean, I guess there's, up until like patched it with later re-releases, like Sonic 1 had the infamous spike glitch.
Oh yeah.
Like, you were unlucky enough to come across the spike bed, and you got hit by one, lost your rings. You land on that sucker again, instantly die.
Well, there was then I recall, if I'm correct from what the tweet was talking about, and what my friend was talking about, supposedly in Sonic Mania they introduced some more BS into Sonic Origins that wasn't originally there. Like, they changed the physics of some of the springs in Sonic 3, I believe, or Sonic 2.
It was primarily noticeable in Sonic 2, where there was like this whole...
It was supposed to be a fake out.
There was a total fake out in Metropolis Zone, where like you are about to reach a whole bed of spikes that are on the ceiling,
yes,
but you just barely miss it. It was, again, meant to be a whole, like, yeah, a scare, like a total scare. But in Sonic Origins, the physics were already, somewhat different. It was a little altered in a slight way, where springs were they worked better than before.
So yeah, so
and you know what it is? You know what it is? I know what it is exactly. I know with the original Sonic the Hedgehog 2, like, springs weren't. I mean, how should I put this?
Did they carry a momentum or something? Or?
It primarily had to do with the Knuckles expansion. That would be a part of Sonic and Knuckles.
Oh.
Like Knuckles and Sonic 2. I know for that game the springs were altered to launch Knuckles even further than before. And my guess is that with the Taxman port and Origins re-release, the physics were primarily made with Knuckles' spring physics in mind.
Right.
Oh, I see. And so with that,
so what was already a bullshit thing in Knuckles 2 and Knuckles and Sonic 2 more or less carried over into the re-release.
yeah, and so then because then what happens is that fake out turned out to actually be sure hope you weren't at this part with 0 rings.
Right?
So
like, it just occurred to me all of a sudden, because I always remember, like, in Act 2 of Emerald Hill Zone, like, there's this one spring that Sonic and Tails can take, and if you literally just keep holding right, you're liable to run into a coconuts and lose your rings. Damn. Whereas with Knuckles, that was never an issue.
right.
So it kind of just it fixes one thing but breaks another.
I'm gonna get a quick drink.
Okie dokie.
No worries. It is awful hot in here.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, wait, I already came this way. Yeah, unfortunately, I'll still say this is easily one of my favorite songs in the whole game, but it's kind of a bummer. It's also attached to the act that has one of the worst bosses in the game.
I don't blame you.
Just again, fucking Fang the Sniper. Fang the
Hunker
did not get neat. You watch that be his next fucking. Watch that be his next fucking name while he's on the run. Just, oi, I'm fine. Find the Honka. Honk honk. He just dresses up in clown gear too.
That'd be fucking humorous. Oh my god.
Just no. Once we get to that whole phase is about as bad as ever. I mean, you still have to deal with the auto scroll and everything, but now once you actually start getting to the point where you can hit him, he takes more hits.
Yeah.
On the bright side, we're honestly not too far off from actually finishing our session today.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's good.
Because after this, oh my god, I almost forgot. I will still have to deal with the fucking Act 1 boss of Frozen Base, which is another one I absolutely despise.
Yep.
If I'm lucky and actually have enough rings to sustain the whole fight, then I mean I'm more or less in the
You should
clear.
be, yeah.
But I just remember that. I just remember having so much trouble with that fight during my first run.
Yeah, I had a bit of a trouble when I was up against it as Trip for the first time.
Yeah, and it's like it's reasons why why I have absolutely no problem going immediately to Act Tails every time I replay the game, because like that you don't have to worry about a boss, and I mean the level in and of itself honestly isn't that much harder than Act 1.
Yeah.
At worst, there are a few crushers that you can easily fall into if you're not careful.
Right, of course.
Well, this ought to be interesting.
Oh boy.
You know, why do I even need this platform? I can fly.
Man, fuck auto-scrollers. I don't need this shit.
Right? People already got on Sonic's case for bringing one into freaking Forces with the classic Sonic's last level.
It's like, what is the actual point of an auto-scroller in a classic Sonic game?
Good question. I have no fucking idea.
It doesn't make sense, generally.
I mean, if you're gonna have an auto scroller, at least make it go fast.
Yeah, that. For any of the bosses, looks at the screen.
I mean, yeah. All right, game time thing.
What's up, Honker?
It's just you and me now. Sonic and friends aren't here to see. Sonic and friends are not here to see the ass whooping I'm about to give you.
What?
I pressed the wrong fucking button.
Oh.
That was all on me. Fucking hell. I pressed the square button when I should have pressed cross. Oh.
We're not even at the final boss, and just that part of the fucking live LP curse is coming in.
God, that's just one of those things where I can't even be mad at the game for that. That's purely astute. That's a dumb on my part.
It's so funny. I was just taking a second to check on a friend that I sent a Christmas gift to, and I just hear James's like pure reaction, and just snapped me out to say like, "Okay, what just happened?"
Oh, jolly willikers. I'm all out of rings.
Yes, you are.
Yo ho ho. Get jolly well fucked. You're dead.
Ah, I'm toast. Man.
Sun gazer, more like a toast gazer.
I had a fucking game plan and I had to mess it up at the very first opportunity.
Damn.
That might have been a waste, but I don't care. I mean, there's never really any, opportune moment to really use Avatar otherwise, so just use it whenever you feel like you're ready to, hit him.
Yeah.
But I also gotta remember, like, he does usually, whenever he goes when he reaches your plane, he does, go in the he appears in the opposite area that you're in.
Yeah. I think so.
There we go. I think he only takes about 3 hits per phase now, which, that's still one hit too many.
Yeah, one hit too many.
Like, right here, I'd say at least right there, that's where they could have had, like, a whole checkpoint floating on one of these golden turtle thingies.
Yeah, literally, it would have been nice. Other than just dealing with the fucking hassle that we already have to go through.
Whenever this game gets
I'm
its
back.
plus,
Welcome back.
Whenever this fucking game gets its plus expansion, which it's gonna happen. Like, they've been doing with every classic Sonic game up to this point. They do need to add in some just add in some floating turtles with checkpoints on them during these brief intermissions.
Please.
Yeah.
For context, Logan, you missed James having a big oops and then thank the honker.
I really fucked up. I literally turned into Super Trip. I was literally gunning right for him. Accidentally pressed the square button again to deactivate Super, and then lost all my rings.
Well, this is awkward.
This is very awkward indeed.
What a predicament.
I'm just thinking out loud. Like, I noticed that little glitch just now, but I'm also just thinking out loud that, like, it's annoying to me that. Oh, do you have any Chaos Emerald powers like the duplicate? Oh, yeah, you already used the Avatar.
I used up Avatar. I might use Bullet in the next phase.
Your Fireball actually may. No, never mind. Now I have to be burst. Yeah. I'm just thinking that, like, it still ticks me off that we would need to wait for a plus to fix any of this problem, and B, the fact that you know that if they do get a plus, they're going to try to resell it to you.
Well, again, let's remember. I said this before during our main game run. I'll say it again. They never lock out, like, actual game fixes. Like, that's always something they'll add in an update.
Okay, so it's just new game. It would just be like new modes or something like that.
New modes, new characters, and new extras.
I just know that I'm personally not going to probably buy... I don't think I'm going to buy Superstars Plus. I think I'm already kind of with Superstars 1.
That's
Well, I mean, I guess I could ask real quick, Logan, did you actually do a whole run just by yourself?
I did not. Don't really have the interest.
I mean, I don't see the harm in it. It'd actually give you a newfound appreciation when the game's not, trying to focus on so many characters at once.
Oh.
I'm still gonna, like, hold back on getting it until we get that Superstars Plus, because, like, I mentioned it a few times, like, I do think this looks like a game I would enjoy. It's just that there are a lot of glaring problems that I do think need to be addressed first.
Absolutely. Like, no doubt about that.
Careful, he's hitting a lot of the parts on the ceiling. Alright. Let's hope this works on him. Well, not yet.
I was looking on my phone. What the fuck happened?
He hit the wrong part of his thing.
He did slow him down. And it turns out that a laser, when slowed down, is still a laser.
Yes, it's
Laser is a laser. That's all I'll say.
What the fuck?
Well, we'll be back, folks. They put more effort in the fucking commercial than they did the toys.
Yeah.
Yeah, did it!
Alright, we did it. Thanks, Doug.
But that's not the end, is it? Oh, that's right, yeah, the music. Okay.
Ugh, man. Lesson learned. Keep your finger on the cross button at all times.
Here, you get a fruit for your trouble.
And you get a big
Hey,
boy.
I was feeling kind of hungry.
You get a big bird.
You ever find it funny how whenever you actually do get the additional fruit, it also comes with a complimentary big animal to celebrate your success?
Yes.
He gets to watch you eat the fruit.
Oh shit, I almost forgot. Technically, the next level is Cyber Station, which means let's do a quick detour real quick. Just to fuck with Trip, I'll go with Metal Lady.
Oh no, you're using
friend!
your weakness and trust in others against you. And just like that, you already spent more than half just to get a single helmet and one coat of paint for it. Designers, is this how you think the economy works?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, I guess I can't argue with that now, can I?
I can't argue with I would ask you to change it, but I don't think it's in our budget.
Nope. No, it is not.
Even, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna see if I can. Yeah, I'll get. At least I can give her some. At least I can give the robot some fucking metal diggers.
You will be the culmination of all of our team.
Except for Tails, there wasn't enough in the budget.
Not enough in the budget.
Do you know how hard it is to make two-tailed robots?
It's very impractical.
Look at that.
Oh, it looks like my very first Cubics warrior.
She's ready to kill. Oh, that's right. I actually did also have this, didn't I? There we go. Now it's perfect.
Yay!
We got an Amy, we got a Sonic, we got a Knuckles, we got an Amy.
I guess another thing about it, I could have just gone whole hog and just made a proper Metal Amy.
Well, again, you didn't have enough money to buy all the pieces.
Oh well, hindsight's 2020. Let's head on back to cyberspace.
Onwards.
Yeah,
I was so sure. I was so certain there was something down there as well.
Was that not what you were supposed to do?
Yeah, I guess barely. I guess you're supposed to climb up.
Yeah.
I thought what was problematic, where James and I probably saw the same thing, was there was like the platform was raised upwards, like it wasn't a straight line. So why would they do that if there wasn't something underneath it?
The fuck were you?
Right?
I guess so.
I miss the days when Sega was courteous enough to plaster the levels with those danger signs that were bottomless pits.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Sonic fall into a pit sign that they, like, I want to say it started in Generations, didn't it?
Yeah, it started with Generations, and then I think they kept doing it up until Forces.
Right.
I think so.
Pepperidge Farms remembers.
Eggman Farms, remember?
Yosh.
The best eggs in all of Mobius. Are we still allowed to call it Mobius?
Go ahead, James.
You know, all this talk about farms and eggs is somebody putting me in the mood for some chicken nuggets.
Ha. We did talk about that. Yeah, we saw that. We saw Chicken Run 2, Dawn of the Nugget, and it's
Oh yeah, that.
actually pretty serviceable as a sequel. I did not dislike it.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty fun. Like, I think I do still like the first film more, but for a sequel to a film like this many years late, it actually was a lot better than I was expecting it.
Yeah.
It added some new things. And I'll say like
It felt like a nice return to form, if I could say that much.
and the shots and the tech used in the claymation felt like it didn't feel like they were just phoning it in or hamming it up or whatever. Like they did put like some solid effort into that.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. You got him.
Oh, I can't even go down there. Oh well,
Oh, but you got enough.
matters. Yeah, you know what? I do have enough.
I was so hoping for it to be Voxel.
I defy your pixels. I'm a fucking dragon.
I died. A dragon is at the highest of definition.
I think I was on the same thought as Logan. Like, if that fireball would have hit you right before you turned trip and made you lose all your rings.
Oh, the humanity.
Oh, the inhumantripities.
Intrepid.
Rawr.
Oh, the Barbara manatees.
Barbara Manatee.
Manatee.
Oh, we went backwards.
Yeah, I went backwards. God damn it.
I was about to say, like, I thought you knew that was the way you came in.
I forgot.
I-
There's no landmarks. There's no signs. This whole level looks the same.
Well, you might want to get
I
more
was in
rings
there
soon.
for a while. Yeah. Actually, screw it.
Yeah. Okay. So it looks like. Okay. So this way. No. Wait. Oh. Yeah. Down here. Oh. Okay. I think you made it.
Yeah, I finally made it. Now I'm a mousey.
Aw.
Squeak.
Squeaking.
Squeaking.
I'm so proud of you guys.
Wish you could go backwards, but mice only know how to move forwards. Fun fact.
It's
Yeah.
scientific accuracy on
I
display.
I said it was a fun fact, not a true fact.
Well, hey, sometimes the truth can be fun, but it also depends on what the truth is.
Yeah, for me it's funny. For me it's fun and true that one time a dude got drunk and went to the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland and shot the sign because he saw the two duelist ghosts and thought that they were looking to square up. So he shot them and shot a bullet hole through, and actually shot a bullet through the giant glass that was necessary for the Pepper's ghost effect that was in the ballroom scene to work. And it would have cost Disneyland. It would have cost Disney, I believe, somewhere close to like $200,000. I may be bullshitting that number, but it would have cost them like $200,000 to replace that entire like pane of glass for that effect. It's a massive window. However, someone then had the bright idea of, hey, before we spend $200,000 on this, what if I just put this dollar store spider in front of the bullet hole? Just put it right there in front of it. Because they noted that the glass didn't shatter all the way. It just left like a little crack and stuff where the bullet had penetrated the window. And they dressed it up as a spider web, put the Dollar Tree spider thing in the middle of it, and bam, no one could tell the difference.
It actually worked.
You know, I'm just surprised that that guy was able to bring that gun onto the ride without any alert and hassle to begin with.
Oh, this was before. Oh, this was back in the Wild West of the 19. It was 19. How about this? It was before 2001. That's all I'll say on that matter. So security was a little lax in those days.
Yeah, this was before
The event.
this was before 2000. Yeah, like you said, the 2000s.
Man.
Careful.
So you're saying I could have brought a Gatling gun into It's a Small World and they wouldn't have cared?
I'm pretty sure that there would be some staff members who have to work that ride constantly who would actually give you ammunition. You'd be like, finally, end it. End this ride.
Funny you bring that up. I was honestly gonna say, don't do that hype. You bust your eye out doing that.
The clock has been through enough. Wait until Epic Mickey. I'm still stoked that is actually, according to Junction Point, the canonical reason why the clock tower went insane. Not because it's evil, but because it had to listen to that theme song all the time.
I mean, that'd drive anyone nuts.
Go Super.
Also, James, clearly you didn't hear me. I said I'd bring a Gatling gun to It's a Small World after all, not a Daisy rifle.
Either which way you're gonna shoot your eye out doing that. Anyway, I'm sorry to do this to you, my fake friend.
Faker.
You were the best of us.
I'll always love you. We known each other for like a day.
I'll remember every
I think we're gonna have to kill this guy, Trip.
You saw the one I posted of Tangle, Whisper, and the sheep, right?
Oh yeah, I love that. Like, Lanolin?
Lanolin, thank you.
Yeah, I love that. The fact that they do the meme, and then Whisper just straight up it actually does it with her Wispon.
Boom! Sorry, you say something?
There's still something to be said about how fucking weird of an idea Wispons are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like...
Go ahead.
Whoop. I was about to say, it is kind of funny, because it's like... I mean, they established that, you know, Wispons are able to, like, you know, feel machines and whatnot, and they, to Force's cred, they did at least have an explanation as to why, you know, Wisps are still there in the context of Forces, and that, like, well, apparently they, like, migrated and stuck around to help out Sonic with stuff, and they willingly agreed to help fuel their weapons to fight Eggman.
Well, see, and that's the wild thing that I'm surprised they wouldn't just use Wisps. Like, the idea of a Wispon sounds like such a Eggman thing to make.
Yeah.
Well, I think the
Like
difference is that,
machinery used to harness the powers of organic beings is not something that you would think the Freedom Fighters would be doing.
Well, I think the biggest difference is, first off, like I mentioned, there's consent. Like, you know, the Wisps are willingly helping them do this. And second off, from what I'm understanding, the Wispons are at least tapping energy from them in a way that doesn't, like, harm them. Like, with Eggman, he's just draining them of their energy outright.
Yeah, that's true.
He's draining them of their hyper-go-on energy and turning them all purple.
Come on. Nuts.
Man.
Sonic Superstars boss design.
You think she would have made more? You think that robot would have made more use out of its claws? Oh, yeah, there we go.
Thank goodness. Now don't let what happened to us happen to you.
Oh yeah. Fuck.
Whatever even happened there.
I still don't know what
that
happened.
Still caught me off guard seeing that.
I still don't know what happened, and I'm still glad the game broke in our favor.
Yeah, no, like, they still let you proceed.
Yeah, even though we died right as this part happened.
I guess it should be said real quick, and honestly, it's kind of a hilarious coincidence that we were recording that whole thing on the exact same day that they also not only included, like they uploaded the whole Santa Sonic costume, but they also actually added an additional patch that more or less,
Fixed the Sonic.
added some general stability and all that.
Right, primarily to fix the Santa Sonic thing after you found that bug in the game, because they can't have
What a
nice thing.
way to make me look like a fucking idiot during that whole thing.
It doesn't make you look like an idiot for expecting the developers to program their special Christmas bonus to not be unbeatable.
Well, I mean, at that point, it's one of those things like, why did you even release Santa Sonic as quickly as you did when you still need to upload a patch just to make it work?
I don't know. Again, I can't excuse it anymore. We've been over this. The fact that, like, if this was the first, maybe even the fourth time that Sonic has rushed something out to critical, like, misses because it wasn't, properly optimized and stuff, that'd be one thing. But we gotta be hitting double digits now, don't we? I feel like we're getting there. I'm gonna count it. I'm bored. I'm counting.
I'm bored.
Let's see. There was Off the top of my head, there was Shadow the Hedgehog, didn't quite work. Technically, you could count Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic and Secret Rings, Sonic 06, and Knight's Journey of Dreams at the same time, I want to say. Or maybe I'm just thinking of those
Right.
last three.
Well, Shadow wasn't in development around the same time as those two. It was just 06, Secret Rings, and Journey of Dreams that were developed around the same time. Funnily enough, Secret Rings was actually going to be a Wii version of 06.
Right, until they realized it wasn't going to work, and so they really just made something else. Which should have been a
I
game.
honestly do wonder what would have happened if they, at least made the effort. Or
I don't
rather,
think-
they did stuck. Like, what if they did stick to their guns and actually try it?
I feel like all the Wiis in the world would explode.
It is lame because well, not lame. I could like right off the top of my head I could see them like using the Wii and like maybe there would have been some motion control thing with Silver where like if you swung the Wiimote that would be what would like launch things he had telekinetically like grabbed onto forward. Like I could see it.
Right?
But
I mean, that's like the one thing that I will say, like, regarding Secret Rings. Like, everyone can agree that it's a terrible game, but I feel like out of all the Wii games, like, out of all the third-party Wii games, it feels like one of the few titles that actually dare to try to be experimental with, like, the Wii's motion controls.
Yeah.
It would have been better if there was a way to actually turn around and run the opposite direction because the minute you miss something and have to go back, it's a slog to walk backwards as Sonic in that game.
Honestly, it doesn't help. Already it doesn't help that the game was primarily made to be an on-rails
Auto
experience.
runner. Yeah.
Right.
So the fact that they had to make missions based on you doing very, very specific
Why
things.
did you not pick up those first two rings? Why did that not count? Oh, there it is.
Not sure.
Sorry, I was in a mood. Continue.
But yeah, no, it's like, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's kind of no secret why, the storybook series kind of, went pretty much ended after Black Knight because the gameplay of both games, even if, it got a little bit better, was not looked fondly upon by the community. And I mean, I can definitely vouch for that because I still think that people can say whatever they want about the story of Black Knight. I don't think it's all that bad, but its gameplay was very fucking dull.
Yeah, well, that's just the rub of it, James. Nowadays, people are just kind of like, let's ignore those gameplay problems because the story is just that double damn good, apparently.
I mean, the story itself isn't really all that bad. Say whatever you will about how extreme the villains' plan were.
I don't care.
Well, again, for me, it's just a matter of like, and this is a mindset that I've had for like, wow, a mindset
Let's do
I've
it
had
again!
about games for like.
Remix!
Because, like, this is, like, a mindset I've had with video games for, like, a while now. I've even, like, been public about it for like, a couple of months. Some people agree with me on it. Others say it's kind of a stupid mindset. But the whole notion of, it's good to have a good story in a video game, but, gameplay really is, like, the most important part. And it's like, if the moment-to-moment gameplay isn't satisfying or engaging enough to make you want to keep playing it, and the story really is, like, your only motivation
buddy.
to keep... What's up?
Just thinking of Yeti.
I passed my friendly neighborhood Yeti.
Oh, that's cute. But I was about to say, like,
or
if-
maybe it was a gorilla. Whichever.
That's fine.
I was about to say, it probably is a Yeti, considering, like, the region that you're in. But anyway, like I was saying, like I just have my whole notion of, like, if the gameplay isn't, like, satisfying or gratifying enough to make you want to keep playing it, and if the story really is, like, your only true motivation to keep going forward, why not just watch the cutscenes on YouTube and save you the trouble?
I mean, yeah, that is definitely true. Like, I think it's okay. I mean, I think it's okay to have a grand story, but the gameplay may not be as good, but it's still functional on its own where you want to see the rest of the story. But if said gameplay is if not broken, then boring as fuck, or just straight up just doesn't work, then yeah, no, it's. You can say whatever praise of the story, but again, you may as well just watch them on YouTube.
There's
Exactly.
there's this video that kind of covers something very similar, not with Sonic, but of that one game that got advertised, the Kingdom Come, because Epic sponsored it, even though the game. Wah!
And now you see why I hate this particular boss so much. One wrong move, and you're down.
That pterodactyl's working overtime.
Right.
I was saying, and I'm in our co-op thing. I brought that up, and that like it's annoying that like in a boss like this, like it may as well just be insta kill because of the game's physics. If you take damage, the auto scroller moves way too fast for you to ever like recorrect.
Exactly.
Anyway,
Isn't that a problem that the advanced games technically have, or at least Advanced 2?
Advanced 2... Not necessarily, because I don't think it ever came to a point where you were trying to. Well, it's not. It wasn't a problem with the boss fights. Level design was definitely a case where it was very well possible, because unfortunately, true of the Advanced Trilogy, there was some very bad places for pits.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were. But
But I mean, yeah, like the Advanced 2 boss fights, like I can't think of a one where like the platforms would give out and you like one like. If you
do you have any
end up,
Chaos Emerald
getting
power-ups?
hit. I do, but I'm thinking of saving those until a later phase.
Oh, fair.
But now I'm gonna have to, be cautious because I'm all out of rings.
They need it. Yeah, that's the other thing that they probably need to start doing in these bosses again. Is if they know they're going to be super long, they got to start putting like ring fill-ups in between phases.
That would be appreciated.
Would be nice.
Those are very
Would
nice.
be very nice.
Yeah,
But anyway, you were saying about that particular YouTube series?
Oh yeah, but basically, it was a game that like it was a game that got a lot of praise when Epic sponsored them. It was either Epic or EA, but they got sponsored, and the game unfortunately was definitely should have been in early access a bit more. It was We Happy Few.
Oh, that game.
That sounds familiar.
It's the game where like everybody. It takes place in an alternate history, like in London or whatever, in Britain or whatever, and everyone wears those porcelain masks that makes them look like they're smiling.
That's right. Now I remember now.
And it's a story where basically it was a YouTube video analyzing, and the fact that if you actually look at it, it actually has a really good story. It's just
Thank God.
it's just a story that's contained within a really meh game, because like the story is actually really interesting, like behind like what's going on and like the lessons and the story that takes place. Like it covers some themes and like decisions that are very unique to that, but again, the game is just very clunky and it's just a worse BioShock.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well,
All right, but hey, we're almost done.
now we're on Act Tails, but unfortunately we can't fly.
Only climb with the greatest of ease.
Makes crushing Badnik seem such a breeze.
She may be slow, she can't jump high. Wait, where's she going? Stop crying, you little pansy.
Damn.
Oop!
Oh, this is just a bad Trip and the really
And then she exploded.
The end.
Trip and the no good,
No good,
horrible,
really
no
bad
good, really
day.
bad day. I still love that.
In theaters
idea
this
for
July.
I think I see where Mecha was coming from when he insisted on not joining us for this session.
He was a brave soul.
I just figured it was just a matter of he was busy. Like, I'm sure he wouldn't have objected to just watching you play, since, like, his torture was just playing through it himself. I don't think he minds watching you do it.
I mean, it's kind of no secret the dude's kind of camera shy when it comes to our...
He's our Trip.
Shy, more like my...
He's our Trip.
He's our Trip! But yeah, no, like Mech was always a team player, but not in the vocal sense.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when it comes to commentaries, unless it's something he's super passionate about, he's opted to stay low more often than not, and I mean, I can understand that.
Like freaking Mario Party 3, when the gloves came off.
When the gloves came off, everyone freaking exploded.
Yeah.
You all were so
And lost
quick.
all their coins.
Either you or Icky, you were so quick to like accuse him of having used the turbo controller.
Yeah, the turbo controller.
Even though I don't
Yeah.
think he did that
James.
switch.
That was totally... I mean...
Icky started, I think,
we both
and
did.
then, but it was like, it's because his mashing was so like precise, especially with whatever internet delay Nintendo Online brought with it.
Yeah, no, like the dude's easily the best button masher of our group.
Damn. I
Yeah.
have to throw it. James and I both have to throw in the towel. That was our thing.
I mean, well, more your thing, dude. I mean, I'm not that dedicated of a button masher.
Oh, get a ring. Okay, now do it.
Man, button mashing is great.
Although, with all that being said, now that you made that comparison, Logan, now I'm gonna have to... Whoop! What's up?
No, never mind.
I saw a five metal.
You got a 5.
Okay.
Yeah, continue.
But yeah, like...
It's a five.
Yeah. Now that you've made that comparison, I'm gonna have to I can't guarantee it will be finished by Christmas. Well, Christmas at the time of us recording this, but now I'm just imagining like his Sonic fan character just wearing Trip's helmet.
Aww. Oh yeah, Linnell. I could see that. I could see that. She's not, from what I recall, the character herself is not actually super shy, but it will work. It was a wacky time, and it is fun to know.
Mm-hmm.
Please, more checkpoints. I forgot if this was a long stage or not.
Nope.
It's not that much longer than the first act. Although it's only really not that much longer because you can fly with Tails.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if I could redo this game, this is what I would do.
Oh.
I guess you were just tall enough to hit both the floor and the moving platform at the same time. So if
Why did the movie platforms have to be so fucking thick?
I don't know. So if I were to redo this, entire mode or this entire game, this is what I would do. Trip story. First of all, this is how I do it. Respect the player's time who's already played through each and every one of these acts at least once before. Create a brand new act, and that's it. One act for each zone for Trip, and that's what you play as when you're in the Trips campaign. It's just one zone per act. And I guess for that matter, fine. Bring back the boss with the Robo-Mech, to keep that trope going, but don't double or triple its health. Just normal health.
Honestly, what I would do with a boss...
Maybe add in some new patterns or something to make that more...
That's more or less what I would do, is just make it so that the boss fights are longer, they just have new attacks.
Right, and again, like, just cut out the fluff, so that's why I say, like, one zone per act, or one act per zone, not... Like, don't put them through... Don't do this, which is basically just saying, hey, play every single act, including the optional ones. And all you have different is that you can climb walls, and we're going to require... I guess I should ask, what happens if you try to... Maybe that's... Where am I going with this? Perhaps Trips... Jesus.
Nah, I don't think
Nope.
so. We haven't seen her walk on water yet.
I mean, that's fair. This is a wall! Anyway,
That does make me wonder, actually.
yeah, it is just a
Okay,
solid
no.
wall.
It's literally an invisible wall, unless I, use time powers.
But, what was I about to say? Crap. You said Trips thing, we were talking about,
Oh, okay.
oh gosh. I was right on the tip of my tongue. We were mentioning one per thing, don't double all the bosses, cut all the filler. Oh yeah, I wonder what would happen if you were to ever access Trips story mode and you hadn't collected all 7 of the Chaos Emeralds and gotten all their base power-ups already.
You will have multiple opportunities to get them, because they actually not only make it easier for some gold special rings to be reached, but they add some new ones as well.
Okay, so it's okay.
So if you haven't already got them all by the time you finish the main campaign, Trip will more or less be... she'll have your back.
Yes. Oh. Okay.
And I mean, you're going to need them anyway, because, something that the Classic Series decides to do for the first time is that now we have, now they actually have, they actually have the last story now. And you can't do it unless you get all 7 Chaos Emeralds.
Which we're getting close to, and then James will be able to show it off. And I assume, as usual, last story is just a single boss act, and you're good, and you're done.
Yep, it's just one boss act, and that's it.
Okay, so it's the advance thing. It's not like Sonic Advance.
Yeah, more or less. Phew. Alright, one more act to go, and then we can finally say... I say we take a break.
Yeah.
Yep, but hey, this in and of itself is already kind of a break because it's just a shoot 'em up. I wonder if they'll bring this game back in their classics lineup.
We'll have to wait and see.
I mean, maybe. Oh yeah, actually, I just remembered, since we're technically playing the fantasy zone part of the game now. I think I already brought it up before, but for Trip, her mech is based off of the very first boss from Sonic 3, which was the whole flame mobile thing.
Oh yeah, the very at the front of the thing, yeah.
Yeah, literally the thing that
Detonated all of Angel Island's forest.
Yeah, no, he literally caused scorch earth on that whole part of the island, alongside his many fire emblems.
Oh my lord! Oh my lord! What?
You know,
Go ahead.
with all the recent like Sega franchises getting a revival, honestly, it would be pretty neat to see Fantasy Zone get one too.
Agreed.
That'd be nice.
I was thinking out loud, like, between this and what happened with Mean Bean in Mania, I wonder like, what's another Sonic franchise or other Sega franchise you'd like to see parodied in one of these games?
Outrun, so that everyone will start making Sonic Drift comparisons.
Hey, look at that.
Hey, why am I in the car?
That could work. 3D World Runner.
That was Square,
Whoops.
not that. You thinking Space Harrier?
Space Harrier, yeah, Space Harrier.
That, you know what? Yeah, they could totally do that. Just then make it a whole, literally make that like an entire Supersonic fight, or Supersonic sequence in general, or heck, just make it a whole special stage gimmick.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, look at Sonic Robo Blast 2. I know that's technically a fan-made game, but like that dude actually went and made the special stages based off of Nights into Dreams, and I honestly think that was pretty fun in and of itself.
Heck yeah.
Oh yeah. Really fun stuff.
Oh,
Other than that, you know, Thomas is about to say, maybe have a whole Sonic game that's modeled after Yakuza, and they actually get the Yakuza people to develop it.
actually, yeah, you do bring that up, but I guess, yeah, a Sonic Monkey Ball bonus stage would be kind of funny.
or excuse me, Ganon Band, like a dragon.
Like a dragon, yes. Although now you have me thinking that, yeah, I could see, like, as a special stage, get a Chaos Emerald if you had to complete a Monkey Ball stage with Sonic as the ball.
That'd be neat.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Oh, you know what? If we do get another classic Sonic game, I don't know if this would necessitate making an entirely new character or just completely reformatting another one, but have another playable character basically recycle Rystar's movements.
Oh, I mean, classic Tangle could be like that.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, Tangle herself would honestly, fit that bill perfectly.
Also, yeah.
Considering...
Wow, but when bosses have extra health, it really shows with these bosses.
Yeah, and I mean, you already saw like how much I was taking, how much time, sweet time I was taking while you guys more or less blazed it in like 50 seconds.
Well, again, it's because we had 3 people's guns pointed at it at once.
And mashing.
And mashing as hard we can. And I was also dropping missiles on them whenever I could.
I just said fuck the missiles. I'm spamming the fucking lasers.
That's also fair. Yeah, that's fair.
I just gave no fucks.
I mean, not for nothing. Like, I understand why they brought it in, but you never really need the freaking missiles for this whole this whole act.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, it made more sense. It made more sense in the the original series where, like, assuming you didn't have auto fire turned on, that would be your only other means of attack aside from shooting your pew pew lasers.
Oh, thank God we're
There
done.
we go.
All right. With that all said, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe it is high time that we take a break. But first, let's rub it in Eggman's face.
Hey, you.
I'm coming in! Oh. We'll see you all next time for the finale.
Take care.